Thank you very much, House Chairperson. Deputy President, again, the Minister has not paid attention to the gravity of what we are dealing with. The Minister came here and he spoke. Quite frankly, I don't know that the people of South Africa have confidence that the police are going to attack extortionists. There is no comprehensive crime prevention strategy. And until that happens, you're always going to run after the fact. After extortion has happened, you'll be running after people. What is your plan? What did you say today? You're going to work with provinces, you're signing agreements. That has been done before. You're going to work with CPFs and security companies. That has been done before. That's your strategy. You came here to tell us that. Extortionists find themselves and express themselves in 4 aspects. One, which is a long-standing practice in the clubs. And in the clubs, there is a strong phenomenon of security companies. You're going to work with which security companies? They are involved themselves in telling clubs that they must be employed or else they're going to have to be attacked in all forms of violence and be ran into the ground. It's very clear here in Cape Town. Very big and strong and violent security companies are the ones that are running the clubs and on the basis of a proper extortionist network. The construction mafia, the 30%ers, what are you going to do with them? There's nothing that has come out today as to what you're planning to do with the people who are extracting 30% and rendering the state literally dysfunctional at a local level. Cyberbullying. A lot of women are taken videos during sex and the men threaten, for an example, to expose those videos in order to keep them in relationships or to extort money from them. And there's a lot as well of extortionist tendencies within the cybercrime space. Finally, public institutions, hospitals, schools. We are told that Mercantile Hospital, one of the doctors was told that he must bring 50,000 protection fee or face violence. A male nurse at Tata School for the Blind and Deaf and his family were held at gunpoint on Tuesday. 2 armed men demanding 50% protection fee. Numerous businesses in Umtata. In recent weeks, Sasol Garage on the main road was closed. People are demanding protection fee. In everything that you have said today, I don't know that we are getting confidence. What do the people of South Africans want to hear? One, they don't want to hear that you don't know these criminals and you are saying the reports are not coming to the police stations. That is dishonest. By the way, you're the only people who don't know these criminals that are extorting communities. Only the police in South Africa are claiming ignorance. Our people know. And the reason the police are claiming ignorance is because the police are embedded. It's because correctional services is embedded. There are people who come from prison who are convicted of murder, who are transported outside, commit heinous violent crimes, murder and assassinations, come back into prisons. When you're looking for them and you're reporting them, police say those people have been arrested already. What is your strategy regarding these activities? You do not have. So what did you come here to Parliament to do? PRMT exercise. This government of National Ndondon is not going to succeed if it is obsessed with media. You've got to have a comprehensive, concrete strategy that is based on the lived experience of our people to combat crime. Don't come here for a PR stance. You don't have a strategy yet, and it's Katsa. What must be done? Go and implant counterintelligence capabilities. We know these gangs, our people will tell you. 2, build internal state capacity. Let us do away with tenders. Tenders have crippled the local state. Many of those workers, let's insource them. Let the government build schools directly, build clinics directly. It will halve the crime of extortion in our country. The HODs in Ekurhuleni, in Tshwane, in Johannesburg, withhold payments of contractors. Some of them are crippling black businesses. They must get bribed or they don't get paid. Arrest these administrators. Let us see you raid the administration to disarticulate it from extortion. Finally, please use digital and AI technologies. Implant cops with crime and GPS so that you know where the cops are, who they are talking with, who they are seeing
Honourable
at all
Member,
material times.
your time
That
is
you
now
can speak about the
expired.
crime strategy, not the PR exercise you came here to perform.
The next speaker,
Bagaetsho Dumela. What you would note is that, Honorable Minister, recently I was in Gqeberha, in a community in Woma. And when I arrived in Woma, it struck me when I got there, it's the fact that this is a community where the church, where young people walked in there and robbed people, was there. And it struck me on a few thoughts. The first was that citizens recognize this very difficult issue, which is that when they call the police, sometimes the police don't show up. And when the police do show up, sometimes they are demanding bribes themselves. The worst feeling that a citizen can have in this country isn't just a feeling of a fear of being robbed or facing extortion. It's the fear that comes with the fact that even when the police come, there's no help. The genuine feeling of helplessness. And this is what this debate must be about today. Because in truth, there are 500 murders a week. The reality is that we've grown at 1% for the last 10 years. And in truth, even though we speak about an increase in crimes against women, there seems to be no appropriation that has been allocated for that fight. So, Honorable Minister, I'm here to say to you, we cannot afford another talk. What we've got to be doing here today is making a declaration of war on crime. And here are my suggestions in a few ways, and I would want to work with you in achieving this. We need a new capacitation of police. The truth is, we're living with 8,000 vacancies and only 22,000 detectives in the country. That is far from enough. We will never win. The second is, once we've done that, we have to fix our police stations so that people can feel a place of hope and help when they go there. Thirdly, Minister, I want to suggest very strongly is that we need a new consensus on values. Because honestly, you cannot put a policeman in every church. There's something inherently wrong, and that's why all of us as citizens must work together to fight crime in our communities and say to ourselves, how do we partner with the police to fight crime? More seriously, I want to urge that we need a different prioritization. Before 2010, Minister, what remained patently clear was that when we prioritized murder, which is the general feeling people fear, is that we're able to focus police resources, capacitate, budget, and fight crime. And so what I'm suggesting is that let's increase the budget, let's get better police, and let's ensure more vitally that once we've done that, we give them the best vehicles to fight. Let's eradicate ethical or policemen who lack ethics and leaders who lack ethics. Because if you create the impression that if you do the crime in this country, you'll get away with it, trust me, extortionists believe the same. So in my closing, Minister, if we work with the Department of Justice, we have to improve conviction rates. Otherwise, our prison doors are revolving doors. Time for talk is over. It's time for us to act now. Thank you very much.